Hello, and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Now, it's not unusual on this channel for me to share things that aren't necessarily new, but ones that I really enjoy. For whatever reason, I think they're a bit quirky, a bit better than something else, that type of thing. And this is a really good example. ELAC's new debut 2.0 OW4.2, an on-wall, low-profile speaker. This is ideal for rear speakers in a home theatre, whether it be 5.1 or 7.1, wall-mounted or somewhere where it really just needs to be a compact little speaker. I must admit, I unboxed a first pair of these to put in the sound room here in the store, and I thought, hey, these are really well thought out. I'd like to share them with you guys on YouTube. So, let's have a look. Firstly, the box. Now, there's a pair of speakers in here, so it's already alluding to just how compact these speakers are. We've got on the top some basic information about from ELAC from a branding perspective. On one end we've got the model and serial number information, a bit more information about the model and a bit of a pictorial, and again an emulation of the serial number on the other end. These speakers are taped and then stapled closed, so let's rip these open and have a look. Now, with anything you've seen me unbox before that is both taped and stapled, the very best advice I can give you is to get rid of the staples first. It saves you from perhaps scratching or injuring yourself from it, but most importantly it stops you from scratching the very product that you've just bought. Okay, having a quick look. Firstly, they've got a basic ELAC brochure about the whole debut range. And because these are wall mountable, they have in the pack one for each of the speakers, packs of fixings. Now, I'm not too sure what they call these, but I've always called them jib mates. It shows a pair of jib mates, allowing these to actually sort of screw into the jib and give you a fixing point for the screws. There are 2 brackets per speaker, and these nestle together really, really easily. Again, hang around some photographs, I'll make sure that they show a close-up of those. And then there's a set of self-tapping wood screws for the back of the speaker, and a set of traditional sort of self-tapping screws, perhaps for the jib mates. Now at this point, the easiest thing to do with any speaker along these lines is to just roll it over and take the box off the speaker. Okay, get rid of that. Now, you'll see immediately, firstly how well packaged they are. There's a good bit of pre-formed polystyrene to separate both the grills and the speakers themselves. Now, these are both identical, so all I'm going to do is grab one of these and just put it off to one side. And again, please hang around and I'll show you some close-ups of them as a pair. Looking at the grill, firstly, it's an acoustically transparent fabric with the ELAC logo prominent in the bottom. It uses pegs and bungs to hold that in place and stop it from vibrating. And you'll see a certain weave or texture to the reinforcement that holds the grill in place. It's sort of a honeycomb design, ensuring that as little of the speaker cloth as possible or grill is actually influencing the sound. Now the speaker itself, and this is what really surprised me when I first unboxed a pair a few weeks ago, is just how weighty these are. They're not very big. In fact, look, before you even take them out, you can see they're very skinny. But they've packed a lot of punch into this. They're really heavy for their size. And bearing in mind, these are cheap, and I mean really cheap. So again, it started to shock me about their performance. So, firstly, let's have a look. ELAC Debut, they're available in this black finish. They're sort of a slight wood grain, I guess. It's a vinyl wrap. There's the bungs for the pegs of the grill. There's 4 of those, of course. You've got the Debut tweeter, and that's quite unique. Beautiful as far as its disbursement, well protected with an excellent sort of steel grill. The mid-range driver, of course, at this point, it's not a mid-bass driver. It's not going to be asked to provide or produce any bass from this. We're just going to ask it to do the job of a rear speaker, which is mainly the higher frequencies. So that's relatively small, I'd say 3-4 inches. It's mounted deep inside the cabinet with some good tapped screws, and it has a bezel to it, ensuring the disbursement is very wide. Beneath that, of course, is the ELAC logo. Now I'm going to spin it round and show you again the depth. So these are very, very easy if you want to wall mount them. So that's the first thing, is they don't take up a lot of real estate. But what happens with a product that is so skinny is how on earth do you ensure that it has real world performance? And that's the trick, and that's why I'm showing you these today. These have bottom ports. A traditional speaker may have a port on the rear, and of course that is unacceptable performance-wise for a speaker that's obviously going to go directly up against a wall. So they have the ports at the base, and that means the speaker is free to breathe and produce all of the dynamics required for some of the most demanding scenes inside a movie, yet is so shallow. So that's one of the reasons I'm sharing this. It's just how beautifully well thought out these speakers are. They know they're going to be wall mounted, they know they need to be compact, so they've dealt with the port and ear management in a unique and brilliant way. Okay, looking at the back, we have an excellent quality binding post. These are not bi-wireable, but they don't have to be. This is not the application. These are at a price and a quality point that nobody's going to expect the product to be bi-amped or bi-wired, so they've got a good set of single binding posts. Above that, we've got an emulation of the serial number and other basic information on a sticker, and above that are some pre-tapped holes for the self-tapping screws associated with the bracket. In fact, hang around, I probably will mount that bracket just so you can see what it looks like. So, there we go. These excellent on-wall speakers, ones that I'm very proud to share today. The ELAC OW4.2, part of the Debut range, these on-wall rears, unboxed here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.